If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. And if you need any code cards, make sure you check out Potown Store for automatic email delivery and use code Tablemon for 5% off all your purchases. If you're from Europe, millibotsgaming.com is a great option to get your cards from. They have all sorts of sealed products, merchandise, and all the sets available from Pokemon Sun and Moon upwards, including the latest Hidden Fate set. Don't forget to use Tablemon code when checking out to get a further 5% off from your final purchase. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2020, where today we have once again something different this time around. The Champions League Tokyo tournament just happened this past weekend, and we have the champion deck right here. Now this must be very surprising. Japan does have what is essentially Cosmic Eclipse already in their format, and they are playing still Sun and Moon. They did announce a bunch of things, including a rotation, new turn 1 rules change, which I'm sure you guys have seen all over the place, people freaking out for no reason in my opinion, but that's what's been happening. But the winner of the tournament was this deck that you can see over here. Yeah. Now Lucario Melmetal has been doing pretty well in Japan in their tournaments, but in a more stall-oriented matchup most of the time, or a stall-based deck, where they attempt to win with an own hand, and they of course use Melmetal, Lucario, GX in order to stall. All three attacks of Lucario Melmetal are pretty good, but this time around we are going to be attacking. Of course, Full Metal Wall GX is the GX attack of choice. We get to reduce all damage done to metal Pokemon by 30 damage throughout the rest of the game, and we also get to if we have an extra energy attached, we get to discard all the energies from our opponent's active Pokemon. So catching a Reshizzard off guard or a Mewtwo and Mew off guard can be pretty good, because not only do you get rid of the resources, but you also immediately reduce the damage that you end up taking over time. And combine that with the Metal Frying Pan, then we are reducing 60 damage every turn from the Lucario Melmetal and also from our basic Duskmane Necrozma. Now paired up with these guys we have Jirachi and Sudowoodo, but more importantly Jigglypuff and Megalopony GX, which is a brand new GX coming out in Cosmic Eclipse. It is attack team 240 HP, so on the lower end of the attack teams. However, the attack Jumping Balloon does 60 damage plus 60 more for each of your opponent's Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX in play. So think about like the current format, against Pikarom decks, against Mew decks, even against Reshizzard, which a lot of decks end up benching a bunch of the Denes. They have backup attackers on the bench. Pikarom especially has like backup Pikarom and Zeraora and the Denates and Choo-Choo, so this attack can definitely balloon pretty quickly. And we also have the Puffy Smashers GX, where for a single energy your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, so that's very underwhelming, right? But if this Pokemon has at least 4 extra energy attached to it, so 5 energy total, this attack does 200 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So that's a real benefit of the GX attack. Of course, you're not trying to use your GX attack to put someone to sleep on you, unless you're in the absolute most desperate situation you find yourself in. But the main selling point of this guy is the Jumping Balloon and the fact that it costs colorless energies. As you can see, this deck is playing one counter gain right up there. So out of the blue, you can bench the guy, counter gain, DCE, and get a KO on something unexpected if you are falling behind on the prize cards. Now, some of the other newer cards included are, of course, the Tag Whistle, which allows you to search for 2 tag team cards, and I've since learned, thanks to YouTube comments, that, or I hadn't realized yet, that not only can you search for tag team Pokemon, you can search for tag team supporters, such as the one we have above here and over there. So we have Cynthia and Caitlyn, Kuzma and Hala, and Malo and Lana for support. The deck is boasting the Lilies, the Cynthias, the Lieutenant Surge, because it will probably fall behind. has Guzman and Acerola, which are very sorely missed in our standard format, but Cynthia and Caitlyn allow the deck to be able to recycle supporters and get a little bit of extra draw. And also discarding Metal Energies isn't terrible because you have the Steel Fist attack, which does 50, and you get to attach to Metal Energy, basic Metal Energy from your discard pile to Melmetal Lucario. Guzma and Hala also provide a lot of support because it allows you to search for a stadium. So it's a very nice way to search for one of the 4 power plants you are running. But if you discard 2 other cards, you can search for a tool card, such as the Metal Frying Pan or the Counter Game, and for a special energy. So you can actually search for DCs. You can search for the weak card energy to take away the weakness from the Lucario Melmetal. And you can even search for Metal Energy to cover the other attack cost, because the deck is playing this energy right here, the unit, Metal, Lightning, and Psychic. At first I was very confused as to why the deck was playing that card if there were no Lightning Pokemon or Psychic Pokemon to utilize it. However, that is the reason. Guzman Hala allows you to search for the right energy for the right moment, which is very nice. And then finally, Malo and Lana allow you to switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, but also if you discard 2 cards, you get to heal 120 damage to the Pokemon you move to the bench. So that, combined with Jirachi's continuous switching and the switching cards we have in Escape Board and Switch, allows you to fully heal, not fully heal, but allows you to heal your Melmetal Lucario that is already really tanky and really hard to take down, and you can immediately promote it and continue pummeling on your opponent. Triple reset stamp, pretty nice because you do have a lot of ways to force extra prizes on your opponent. Excuse me, you do have a lot of ways to force extra prizes on your opponent with the Dustmane Necrozma, which allows you to hit for 60 on any GX and EX, softening them up for both Jigglypuff, Mega Lopunny, or Lucario Melmetal. But also we have Jirachis that will probably eventually inevitably go down at some point. Zoro is in there because Zoroark is still a thing in Japan. This was the last tournament where Zoroark was playable, so Sudowoodo ended up being pretty clutch, I assume, in order to make sure that Dustmane Necrozma is not easily KO'd and can dish out 2 turns of damage, as well as just limiting Malamar options, Zoroark options. Yeah, it's overall a pretty decent card. Of course, Alolan Muk is also a threat in that format. The Power of Alchemy is still pretty powerful, but I do believe that since tag teams came out, the power of Zoroark definitely decreased quite a bit. So that's the deck overall. It tries to basically have a super tanky hitter that survives more hits than your opponent can dish, and eventually overruns them with the 2 attacks it has: Steel Fist and Heavy Impact, dealing a very solid 150 damage. So yeah, that is the list right there. Huge congratulations to the winners, and we'll be back to our normal PTCGO schedule after or starting tomorrow, so you can look forward to that. But I found this deck to be super interesting, especially in the current welder dominated format that we are experiencing right now in our standard format, where it feels like if you're not playing for welder in your deck, you're doing it wrong. Definitely this is a breath of fresh air, and even more surprising that a metal deck in a fire dominated metagame is doing so well. Of course, in Japan, with so many sets available, the metagame is not as dominated as fire as ours is, but there's still some, right? Clearly exemplified by the weak card energy, which cannot be removed by a simple field blower, unlike the metal frying pans. But anyways, that will be all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video showcasing the Japanese winning deck, and make sure to leave a like. I will catch you guys tomorrow for more content. Thank you, and bye-bye.